Yes, sir. What's going on, folks? It is KspadeTheProspect, man. I am back with a brand new Miami Dolphin franchise rebuilding series. I call this thing the face of the franchise. Y'all know what it is. Why am I doing this? First of all, wait. We're going to come out and set our season goals. We're going to go aggressive and say we're going to make the playoffs. You don't understand how aggressive this is. We played 16 games last season with all 5 offensive linemen being less than a 70 overall. When I tell you this team stinks, they stink. But we coming out, we got a new plan this year, man. We're going to do it bigger and better. We just came from the NFL draft. The Dolphins fans, that's you guys. You might not be a Dolphins fan in real life, but in this series, you guys represent the Dolphins fans. And the fans were very vocal that they didn't like the direction that the organization went with in the draft. However, I'm looking at T. Higgins. He's a 72 overall. I'm looking at Julian. I don't know how to say his last name. He was a 71 overall. This draft wasn't that bad. It was a couple of guys that got taken that stink. They probably won't make the cut. Relax, y'all. We got this. Romeo Finley, the safety from the University of Miami, man. You know I got something in my heart from the city of Miami. I like those Miami guys. If you played for the U, and if I got a spot on my team, I'm going to give you a shot. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make the final roster, guys. Relax. I actually feel like we got some things, done well over here. Now, you see I'm turning injuries back on. I didn't play any of the preseason. I sent them to the first game. We're here. I'll meet you on the field.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, ponchos and slickers, usually a necessity buy whenever you make your way to Hard Rock Stadium this time of year. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
All right. As I told you guys last season, whenever the Dolphins and the Bills play, it's a pretty big deal, man. Not just for the reason that these two teams are division rivals, but you got Isaiah Streets and K-Spade Jr. These guys were collegiate teammates. They won the college football championship together, and they are now division rivals. So, that whole thing when friends become enemies, we get a chance to see it twice a year out here. We're here, man. First drive of the game. We're here in South Florida. The rain is coming down. Not too hard, but enough that you wonder if it's going to have an impact on gameplay. Receivers might slip, fall. The ball gets a little slippery. Will it affect the kicking? Will you miss more extra points? Who knows? Only time will tell. We get a look at the Buffalo offense, and there's a few guys over here that you guys was expecting to see, but one new player you wasn't expecting to see, and that is free agency pickup Derrick Henry. Now, we already know what this dude is about, but adding him to an offense that already could stretch the field vertically, things could get a little interesting here. However, on that first drive, it didn't get very interesting at all. All right, 3 and out. Get your ass up out of here. Dolphins offense take the field for the first time in this season. And to be honest with you, man, the expectation is there, so the pressure is there. The Dolphins had a slew of picks last year. They took Spade Jr. with one of those early picks. He won Rookie of the Year, so people are expecting him to take that next step in progression, all right? Now, his first drive went similar to that of the Buffalo first drive. Nothing much shaking. Now, this is okay. Both of these teams are fairly young, and you want to see these teams come out, kind of figure it out. Plus, this is the first game of the regular season, all right? Derrick Henry, this is the guy that a lot of people feel like the Bills won the free agency period in locking up Derrick Henry. So they are expecting this guy to come in and be a workhorse. They want to put a lot of carries on the field, on the ground this year. They want to hand it to 32 and see what he can do. And, so far 3 carries for 9 yards, that's not really what they was expecting. A ton of football left, though. 3rd and 16. They try to check it down into the flats. That's Rashad Jones swinging the big stick. They have dropped Rashad Jones down into the box. He's playing like a hybrid linebacker position this year because he's slow. You already know, man, he regressed in speed, and he is slow as a turtle. So you got to put him in a case where he's not going to get you beat deep. So you definitely don't want him back there as your last line of defense. The Miami offense back on the field. They trying to get something going right here. Kenyon Drake took a big step last year. This is another player we're expecting to see continue on that progression, right? 1st and 10, Drake dancing a little bit. He's going to pick up, 4 or 5 on the play, and this is a great time for us to get a more in-depth introduction of the Buffalo defense. Ed Oliver and the big heavies get introduced. We take a look at the backers, held down by middle backer Tremaine Edmonds, and the real stars in the secondary. Safety Micah Hyde, the 2 corners, Kendall Fuller and Tre'Davious White. They're going to make it tough for this young quarterback to find his targets, and we already know it. And that's exactly why he can do this, but he fumbles there. Luckily, Miami is there to recover. But one of the reasons this Miami coaching staff loves this kid is not just because of what he can do with his arm. Once he gets outside of the pocket, he is a legitimate running threat. Not like a fast quarterback, like the dude might score on you, all right? Miami offense stalls. They bring the special teams unit on. It's a makeable field goal, but this South Florida weather, man, the rain, the wind, it's tough sometimes to get the football to go the way you want it to go. Miami comes off the field again with no points, and the Buffalo offense comes back out, and they are feeding Derrick Henry. I'm telling you, they want to see this guy get 15 to 20 carries a game, and the landscape of the NFL running back has changed. Once upon a time, the premier back got 25, 30 carries a game, but every team does the running back by committee thing, and you know, premier back, sometimes they get 5, 10, 15 carries a game, depending on how it goes, but they want to see what 32 can do, and that's what the big fella can do. Breaking tackles, dipping and dodging, juking. For him to be such a big power back, he's elusive too, and you can't walk up on him half-ass with the arm tackles. You would never get him down. That is his first ever touchdown as a member of the Buffalo Bills, and I get a feeling it's going to be a few more. Let's see how Miami responds. They come out and hand it to their feature back. Kenyon Drake gets outside, only going to get about 8, maybe 9 on the carry, but it is a personal foul, face mask. They get him down the wrong way. They're going to put more yards on. 2nd down, Spade dropping back the pass, taking a big hit as he releases it, but gets it to Devontae Parker, who gets enough for the first. The drive continues. This play here shows the athleticism of this quarterback. This is what I'm telling you. For anybody else in the league, aside from maybe Lamar Jackson, that's a loss of yardage. But he had the speed to run wide, get around the rush, and end up picking up the first, and he continues to do so. They would like to see this guy slide a bit more, but I'm telling you, when he runs, he don't feel like he's a quarterback. He wants to run. Throws to the tight end, Mike Gesicki, right here in the back of the end zone. Gesicki can't hold on to it. Special teams unit comes back out. Kick is up. Kick is good. So we got a 7-3 game right here with just over a minute to go for the half, and that's exactly what things will stay for the rest of the first half. So we got a low-scoring affair. We could call it a great defensive battle if you want, but at any rate, less than 100 yards of total offense for Miami, and not much over 100 for the Buffalo Bills. It's definitely a defensive struggle for both teams. Miami comes out in the 3rd quarter passing, though. I like this. This is typically not what we saw this team do, not all of last year. Anyway, they come out passing. Really wanted to catch this Buffalo defense off guard, and I like it. They go with the bigger back, Ballage right here. He's going to get 6 on the carry, running straight in between the tackles. Spade keeps it. He's running. Okay, so we've seen a run, we've seen a pass, we've seen a quarterback keeper, and they just throwing everything at Buffalo, trying to keep this defense off guard. I like it. Spade hooks up with the backup tight end, O'Leary, for the first down catch, and the drive continues. Things are looking well. Look at Kenyon Drake juking, spinning, doing everything in his power to get the first down right there. And if you got a receiver out of the backfield that can be that shifty after making the catch, things look great for you. And Miami gets into the end zone. Albert Wilson in a free agency year in a contract season for him. You know he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. It's a big question mark as to whether or not Miami's going to keep this guy. And beautiful play right here. He gets into the end zone. I just spoke on how tough this Buffalo defense is. Albert doesn't care. 10-7 game out here. And I don't know how that's not intercepted. Beautiful pass across the middle, but it was teal jerseys everywhere. That was just a dime by Allen. They come back, put it back on the ground, and Derrick Henry, it takes 2 or 3 Dolphins to pull the big fella down. 3rd and short for Buffalo. They try to link up on the screen pass. Somebody did something wrong there. Their special teams unit comes out, and again, man, I'm talking wind, rain, all that other good stuff. Prater can't get the kick through the uprights. We still got a 10-7 game. Miami offense back on the field, and this time the Buffalo defense was waiting on Kenyon Drake in the backfield. They get nothing. Gesicki makes the tough catch on 3rd and long. Somehow or another holds on to the football but goes down awkwardly. He is grabbing at that shoulder. They're going to get him off the field. They're going to evaluate him, and we'll keep you guys updated. Later in that drive on 3rd and long, Spade picks up the first with his feet. You see him mixing in some of that read option. They don't know if Spade has it. They don't know if Drake has it. And both guys seem to be gashing this Buffalo defense. Again, O'Leary in with the big catch. He's been playing well for these guys. I know they want Gesicki back, but in case they don't, I think O'Leary, in case they don't get him back, O'Leary will be fine. 3rd and goal. Spade standing tall in the pocket. Finds Devontae Parker in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. We got a 17-7 game here in the 4th quarter. 5 minutes to go. Buffalo going to the air, and I think this might be the first time tonight we get an Isaiah Streets sighting. That's weird. That means Miami is doing a great job on this guy because he has an uncanny ability to get open. This time they check it out across the middle, hitting a running back. It don't matter who it is. He's picking up the yardage. They're already in field goal range, actually already in the red zone. Curious to see how this thing goes. They're going to hand it to 32. Why not? The dude has been a bowling ball all game, running people over. He gets him 1 step outside of the 5. Allen checks it down. Big time play right here to knock the ball loose. 3rd and goal from the 6. Allen throws it. He's got a tight end open who sheds a would-be tackle attempt. Scores the touchdown that's going to make this a 1-possession game. And look how the young quarterback has had to tell of 2 halves. After starting off 4 of 9, he came out after the break 9 of 9. He's also been gashing his defense with his feet. This drive right here is big. If they can't score, I feel like all the momentum belongs to Buffalo. They keep it on the ground, though. The coaching staff is saying a lot right now. They're either saying they don't trust this young quarterback or they got a ton of trust in this defense. They ran all 3 times, went 3 and out, threw the defense back on the field and told them to make a play. We got 2nd and 8 right here for Buffalo. Allen, safe pass, checking it down to the tight end Austin Hooper, who tried to get shifty after the catch and actually ended up losing yards. It is 3rd and 8 for Allen. They hand it off to 32, who's been knocking dudes over all game, but that's a questionable call. They come back on 4th and 9. Only 1 timeout to their name. 40 seconds on the clock, and that's a beautiful play by McCain, who was smothering the receiver on the sideline. We draw the curtains. Miami starting this year off looking pretty nice, man. Looking pretty nice. This ain't the best game by any stretch of imagination, but they get out of here with the dub, and I feel like they played better in the second half than they did in the first half. That's all I got for today's video, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out till next time, y'all. Yeah.